Make the most of this time. For those of you who work from home, start by making fundamental changes in the way that you work. Now, there are no eyeballs on you now, so you can define how and, more importantly, why you work. Ask yourself which aspects of your work you can actually use to improve your mental capabilities. Develop small stories or narratives and purposes around specific tasks. Ask yourself how managing a deadline can actually help you become better at managing your own personal life, and so on for other work responsibilities. Unchain your mind and let it drift during very boring or repetitive tasks. Focus on making them more interesting than ever. If it is a repetitive task, you can listen to music or audiobooks while doing it. I have used audiobooks while I used to walk or work out. Take control of your job roles and responsibilities. If you find something uninteresting, think of ways within your control that can actually help you to make them more interesting. For example, compete with yourself and become better at a task that you do normally by giving yourself personal goals, quests, and deadlines. Have conversations with your colleagues and make the most of formal communication channels to keep yourself engaged with the others. Experiment with different types of music for your work, from calm and mellow to fast and intense, based on what kind of job task you're performing. So in the end, you will have a menu of your own, consisting of various moods and tempos to actually help you improve your performance. Experiment with different types of clothing and see how it actually impacts your work from home experience, specifically when no one is looking. So, on a particular day, you could be possibly wearing a very fancy shirt, but with Bermudas or shorts, nobody's looking, right? And the other day, you could be wearing a very colorful outfit, and see that these really impact your overall sense of well-being. I'm sure that you've all experienced this. Now, reward yourself with little things, like a nice outing or a walk at the end of the day, a fresh juice or a cup of coffee after finishing a major task, right, which has been given to you. A nice short singing session in the shower once you're done with your major deadlines and so on. So be very creative with your own reward system, but ensure that you have something to look forward to after completing a deadline or a tough task. Another crucial part of the journey of mastering your pandemic state of being is about taking control of your space. Now, your home, and more importantly, your room and your workplace, will become more and more familiar to you during the lockdown pandemic, if they are not already. It is these spaces that you will be confined to most of the times, and so taking control of these spaces and making the most of them is very important. So begin by developing the habit of cleaning your room periodically. Okay? The more cluttered your room is, the more cluttered your mind would be. Experiment with lighting. At night, use different types of lamps, reading lights, and so on. So in the morning, you can use the curtains to actually modulate how the light around feels. You can basically use the lighting to impact your mood, focus, concentration, and so on. Designate a separate space as a revitalizing space. Now, this can be a very small corner with a lot of natural light, a veranda, a balcony, and basically any cozy corner where you can get away from distractions from the others in the house. So, you enter this space only when you feel like, and you need to give yourself a boost, a revitalizing retreat of some kind. This is your Zen space, all right? So you can use candles and specific scents to modulate this revitalizing space and make it feel exactly how you want it to feel. You can stack up pillows and cushions, make it very comfortable and colorful. You can grab yourself a cup of hot coffee or a cold beverage whenever you enter this revitalizing space. However, maintain one cardinal rule: no gadgets are allowed in the revitalizing spaces. You can also place potted plants and vegetation in and around your room. Studies have shown that the presence of plants is very soothing and very calming to the mind. Experiment with objects and the spatial arrangement of things that are around you. Move your bed around if you can. experiment with different locations and positions of seating, and ultimately find your zone where everything around you is perfectly fitting your mood, your immediate focus, and your general purpose of using this space. For those of you who are working, it is time to make some fundamental changes in the way you perceive the new work from home paradigm. So make any necessary changes in your space so that you're able to get into a professional mode or professional grinding mode rather than the constantly reminded of domestic casual mode. Now your body is also part of your space. So maintain hygiene and personal upkeep by focusing on the maintenance of nails, body odor, and so on. So develop a regular exercise regime. Make use of mobile app-based workouts or YouTube videos to develop this routine. Well, I did, I can tell you. You can also take up an indoor sport or an online class in dance, yoga, or any other physical activity if you cannot find the self-motivation to exercise every day.